Lean, finely textured beef has made its way back onto school lunch trays in several states, including Pennsylvania.
You may remember this story from 2012 when the United States Department of Agriculture bought 7 million pounds of the beef intended for school lunches, according to reports. Many parents across the nation were outraged when they learned about the controversial ingredient.
Well, it is back, and it's on the menu at some of our local schools. Here's Erin Calandra.
Here's the list straight from the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. There are 14 school districts from 10 different counties here in our area on this list. Now, I contacted all of them, and most of them told me they had no idea that they purchased this beef.
We were under the impression USDA was not going to be offering it anymore.
But she was wrong. Food Services Director for State College Area School District, Megan Schaper, says she's shocked that this product ended up on the menu at schools across the district.
I first found out from you, the fact that you called up and said we were on a list.
The first delivery of lean, finely textured beef expected the very next day after that phone call. Schaper says because of our conversation, she sent the meat back to the distributor. It's a similar story for nearly all 14 school districts, including Altoona Central Catholic Middle School, Bedford, Brockway area, Conemaugh Valley School District, Curwensville, DuBois Area Catholic Middle and High School, Elk County Catholic School System, Philipsburg-Osceola, Purchase Line, Richland School District, Shanksville-Stonycreek School District, Southern Huntington County, State College area, and Turkey Foot Valley Area School District. Lean, finely textured beef is an ingredient used in ground beef and beef crumbles, typically used by schools for tacos and sloppy joes. This is what it looks like.
Pieces like this that have considerable amount of fat, but enough lean to make it worth your while to do something to try to recover some of that lean.
Associate Professor of Meat Sciences at Penn State.But Mills is considered an expert. He says lean, finely textured beef is created in part when manufacturers take scrap pieces just like this.
The ratio of lean and fat in this right now is probably 65–75% fat.
They grind it up, treat it with ammonia hydroxide, and freeze it. Mills says manufacturers use these chemicals to eliminate microorganisms.
At the levels that are used in this process especially are so low that you can't even demonstrate the pickup of ammonium hydroxide by the product.
He says the amount is so small that the USDA doesn't even require it to be labeled as an ingredient. Up to 15% of the mixture is then added to beef products. But some parents, like Becky Misangyi, a mother of 3 children in the State College Area School District, say they don't want this type of meat on their children's lunch trays.
Dumping tons of ammonia on it, I don't think it's safe.
But Mills says this food product is actually safer than most other meats because of the ammonia treatment. Many of the school districts we spoke with say they don't care what the USDA says. They don't want to dish this out to their students.
People do have concerns about it, and you know, we want parents and we want kids to feel very comfortable buying lunch at school. We want them to know that the lunch is safe and is of a high quality, and you know, anything that puts that into question, we don't want to serve.
When Schaper called the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture to find out how lean, finely textured beef ended up on her doorstep, she says they told her that they didn't even know for sure that her order contained the ingredient.
The problem with this lean textured protein is USDA has identified it as ground beef. So it's not labeled. So when you look at a product, you don't know that it's there or not.
A major issue for some parents.
I think one of the biggest problems with our food industry is that lack of knowledge. I mean, maybe there are some people who don't care, but at least you should know what you're eating.
So we went to Harrisburg to get answers from officials with the Pennsylvania Department of Ag. They say schools order governmentally distributed foods off of a national school lunch program commodity list approved by the USDA and provided by the PA Department of Ag. The director of food distribution for the department says this year alone, school districts across our state have ordered about 12,000 pounds of beef containing the product, many of them just like our local schools, possibly having no clue it contains the product because there's no label.
Why isn't it labeled? Why aren't they aware?
That's really a USDA question. The USDA does the labeling, not any state.
So we tried to contact the USDA many times. They declined to interview with us, but sent a statement saying that labeling is optional. BPI, the largest manufacturer in the U.S. of this product, sent us a statement saying it isn't required because the product is made from 100% beef, and added that they do label some beef products in some states, and sent us this picture of their product. But some officials from the Pennsylvania Department of Ag agree some things can be more transparent when it comes to labeling meat for their food list.
We could be more proactive in terms of providing the information that our schools want.
Now the Director of Food Distribution says the State Department of Ag is taking steps to make labeling clearer on beef options, saying they expect it to be listed in time for the next school year.
You know, if it's labeled and we know it's there, no, we won't have it. And you know, truly based on this last turn of events, I suspect next year we will not request ground beef from USDA.
Another factor in buying meat that contains this product is cost. The Department of Ag told us when these school districts were purchasing their meat, lean, finely textured beef was selling for about 30 cents cheaper per pound. And when budgets are tight, some school districts might not have a choice. In State College, Erin Calandra, 6 News.
Now, again, most school districts in the area told us they will not use the beef product in their school lunches. For example, the Richland school superintendent called to reassure parents in his district that once he learned they had the beef product, he ordered it destroyed.